Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel and please like my videos and please check my channel for other videos. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys how Abhi got to know that Aliyah and Tanu were responsible for Pragya's accident 2 years ago and Abhi sent Aliyah and Tanu out of the house forever. Please watch. Gaurav tells Mahesh that his life is changed 360 degrees. Her husband is behind the bars and I am outside. He asks his dad to enjoy his victory. Mahesh says Aliyah has come here and said that you have cheated her. Gaurav says Aliyah will be quiet. I have shown their value, to one by sending to jail and to the other by bringing on the road. He says I am getting Aliyah's call and he ends the call. Tanu asks Gaurav to give them their money. Aliyah says my brother is in the jail due to you. Gaurav says your brother is in jail due to his bad deeds and asks them not to talk like illiterate, else he will block them and then they shall shout on the road. He asks them to talk with manners. Tanu says I had doubt on you. Gaurav says Tanu can test the persons. Aliyah says I don't need money. I just need the proof to bring my brother out. Gaurav refuses to give her share from Pragya's property and also he will not give her proofs. Abhi is coming to Aliyah. Aliyah says you have cheated us. Gaurav says I agreed to your sayings and you thought that I am working as per your plan. He says I made your own medicine taste by you. Aliyah asks him to give her proofs. Gaurav asks why are you pleading for Pragya? Aliyah says she is pleading for her brother. Tanu says why are you pleading and says that he shall give us our share. He says it was my action, my proofs and my plan and you want your share? I have done everything. Aliyah says if I haven't convinced Pragya, then she wouldn't have given you her property. Tanu says you have betrayed Pragya and both of us. Gaurav says if he had not talked, then also Pragya would have given me her property. He says just 30 minutes left. I will sell Pragya's property and I will leave from India. Tanu says you don't know us. When we haven't left Pragya, then we will not leave you. She says you cannot think that we cannot do anything with you. She says the Pragya whom you think so strong, we haven't left her. Then who are you? Gaurav says you might have gotten her beaten up, etc. Tanu says we got Pragya's car brake failed and created so many doubts in her mind that she feels that her husband got the car brake failed and says we created so many doubts that Pragya trusted that Abhi tried to kill her. She says we had almost killed her and we will do the same thing with you. Gaurav says I am Gaurav Tapa and I am not scared of your threat. He ends the call. Aliyah turns and sees Abhi standing behind them. Rambro says you have all these things in your heart still and says I thought you have moved on. Ria says yes, we both are married now. Rambro says you said that. Ria says I just said that how much I love you. I never said that I want to get you. She sleeps intentionally and Rambro owes her. Prachi looks at them. Rambro says I helped Ria. Ria asks did she ask you? And says this is called trust issues. You both need more love. She goes. Prachi says she has noticed Ria in the office. She is weird. She says she was staring at you weirdly. Rambro asks, do you think that your husband is getting attracted to someone? Prachi slaps him lightly and says, my husband is a one-woman man. Rambro jokes with her. Prachi hugs him and says, I am feeling strange, just as something is about to happen. Aliyah says, my brother, you have come home. She asks if the court left you. Tanu says, I was telling Aliyah that my prayers were answered. She is about to hug Abhi, but Abhi pushes Tanu away and asks Aliyah not to call him her brother. He says you both shall get punished and asks them to get out and he pushes Aliyah. Tanu asks, what did Pragya tell you? Abhi says your heart, your mind and your thought are all corrupted. Aliyah asks what happened. Abhi says I heard whatever you said. How you tried to kill Pragya 2 years back, failed her car brakes, how you used my name to kill her. A flashback is shown. Aliyah recalls Pradeep talking to Pragya in Abhi's voice. Abhi says now I came to know why Pragya did not meet me for 2 years and when she came, she was angry. He says now the truth is out. It cannot be hidden. He says she loves me so much and named all the property on Gaurav's name to save me. He says now I came to know about your truth. Abhi tells Aliyah how she can trap him with Gaurav and Pragya tried to save him and gave everything to Gaurav. Aliyah says I was worried for you. Abhi says Gaurav enmity is better than you. He says you use me so that Gaurav get Pragya's property. He says you put hand rope on my neck and asks why were you born. He says I let you stay here as you said that you will respect Pragya. Aliyah says I will respect her. Abhi says when you don't respect your brother, why will you respect Pragya? Tanu asks, where will I go? Abhi asks them to go. Tanu says, I am your wife. He thinks of Tanu's confession and he owes Tanu's hand to throw her out of the house. Abhi pushes Tanu out of the house and asks her not to show her face to him again. He then pushes Aliyah and asks her to leave. Tanu says, we cannot do this. Abhi says, I can do so much, but I don't want to go to jail by killing you, else Pragya's sacrifice will go to waste. Tanu says, I saved you from molestation charges. Abhi says, you saved me so that you can marry me. He says, so that you can trap me. Tanu says, Aliyah said that you had never divorced Pragya. Abhi says, you tried to kill Pragya, but she returned into my life. Aliyah says, I told Tanu that she is doing wrong. Tanu says, you have done big betrayal, and says, Aliyah made me sit in the wedding altar. She brought me home and made me replace Pragya on the wedding altar. She says, Aliyah does the mistake, and I get blamed. Abhi says, I am feeling ashamed that I had some relationship with you both. Abhi says, you don't know the meaning of relationship, and says relationship is a complete word. Real relation. Kumkum relation. He says, though Pragya had hatred for me, she has fulfilled all the relationship, but you both have fulfilled enmity relationship. He says, Pragya's enemy is my enemy. Abhi takes off the wedding necklace from Tanu's neck and says, you have no right to wear this. The one who has the right on this, who has right on me. He says, nobody can separate Pragya from me, not you both. He closes the door. Aliyah asks him to open the door. The buyer comes to Gaurav. The client says that you have said that everything is on Pragya's name. Gaurav says yes. Pragya gets surprised to hear what Sushma said and asks, when did you do this? Sushma says, I was about to tell you on call, but the call got disconnected. Sushma says, I was scared when you let Aliyah and Tanu come into the house. She says, I have signing authorities and that is why I named all the properties on Prachi's name. I did not know that Gaurav is our enemy. She says Prachi's signatures are not on those papers, so you did not lose anything. Pragya says, you did not tell me or anyone. Sushma says he might have known by now. Pragya says you have done a miracle and says what he might be doing after knowing this. Gaurav checks the paper and gets angry. The client leaves. Pragya tells Sushma that life seems to be beautiful. Sushma says, I haven't thought that since Abhi came, everything is changed. She says she is happy for them and wants to give them evil eye. Pragya says, I bought evil eye from EK brand. Sushma says this Diwali will be special. Pragya promote the brand EK. Gaurav thinks that how did Pragya free Abhi? Abhi calls him and says, I asked you to stay away from Pragya. He says, you have snatched her everything. Now I will come and punish you. Gaurav tells Abhi the address. Abhi sits in the car and goes. Aliyah hears about the hotel. Tanu says, I am going inside to get our stuff. So this is how Abhi got to know that Aliyah and Tanu are evil. When they were confessing their crime to Gaurav on the phone, Abhi heard their conversation and Abhi got angry and throws them out of the house. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and watch other videos on my channel. Thank you.